this is a video response to the in regards to Mackenzie, the high school pregnancy drama that's unfolding. I think it's in the DFW area, where she's from there. I don't think this girl needs to be playing volleyball. I first heard about it on MSNBC.com, and well, in the interview, she came off as completely vapid. She came off as immature, which is what she is. She's 17, and obviously she's unequipped to deal with pregnancy right now. You know, seeing as how she still wants to play volleyball, she still believes she's physically able to play volleyball. You know, without restrictions apparently. And I'm sorry, darling, that's just not gonna work. You're 17. There's a very real possibility, in case somebody hasn't told you, that you are gonna play yourself into a miscarriage, or something's going to happen in the course of the game that could cause you to potentially miscarry. And then what? You're going to sue the school district? Well, that's kind of in the same position you're putting them in anyway, saying that they're discriminating against you because you're a girl and pregnant. That's not necessarily true, that they're going to sit here and try to bar your academic success because you're pregnant, and they're going to discriminate you against for whatever reason. I'm from the San Antonio area, and I'm class of '05, so I don't consider myself, you know, from that far back in the day. But if anything, a teenage girl, they're gonna work incredibly hard to ensure your success and to ensure that you do stay in school and you do succeed. Just because you're not playing volleyball, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It doesn't mean that your life is over, you're not going to succeed, you're going to become what your mother said, because I saw what your mother said in regards to teenage pregnancies, how they sit around and they drop out of high school and eat bonbons. That doesn't happen anymore. I'm sorry, but that woman just pissed me off. If anything, school officials will expect you to work harder. They will expect you to be better than everybody else, to work harder, to go that farther extra to ensure that you do become a success and you don't become, you know, a stay-at-home mother on welfare, a single mother. Well, apparently you're going to be anyway because you're not with the boyfriend anymore. Nobody's out to get you. Everybody is out looking for your best interest, and the school officials are apparently looking in their best interest too, because they don't want to pay out $1 million lawsuit if you do miscarry in this course of the game. And it's volleyball. This girl says that she, on MSNBC, she said she was such a superb player. She doesn't fall, she doesn't dive. I find that incredibly hard to believe. This girl, I think she's just going to say whatever to get her way. You know, it's what a teenage girl does. She exaggerates, and I don't believe she's that superb of a player, and I don't believe her teammates are going to, you know, treat her with kid gloves in the course of a game. Volleyball's a contact sport, and it's a very in the moment, in the heat of the moment kind of game. You know, it's not like, you know, like tactics, how you, like football, how you would, you know, draw out the gameplay. Volleyball is a completely different, another game, obviously. You can't tell what's going to happen in the course of a game. You really can't. So how can you sit there and say for certain, I'm never going to dive, I'm never going to be in harm's way, it'll be perfectly okay? You can't. The best thing to do is err on the side of caution. You want to sit here and keep playing volleyball? I guess this video is more toward Mackenzie herself. Darling, this is your first lesson apparently in parenting 101, but you don't always, now that you're going to be a mother, you don't always get to do whatever you're going to want now. You know, you want to play volleyball, you want to hang out with your friends, you know, do whatever you want, and your mother's probably going to enable you because you're her baby. That's great and all, but that's not the real world, darling. I'm sorry. You know, it's putting the welfare and the health and the best interests of your baby first. Concentrate on your studies. You know, better yourself. Work for an academic scholarship instead of a sports scholarship, because the world of sports is very iffy. You could play college volleyball. I'm not saying you can, but you can't, or you can't, or you can. But what if something was to take out your knee or your shoulder, and what else are you going to fall back on? Your grades? So I'm just saying that should be your top priority. You know, you're not gonna, everybody says, you know, oh, she's pregnant, her life is over. No, that doesn't really work anymore. I'm sorry. This is 2009 now. It's not the 1960s, where your choices were limited. You know, you have a lot more options now, and I'm just saying you really do not need to be making volleyball your number one priority. You need to be making your baby your number one priority, because, well, you're going to be second fiddle now. You're never going to be first now. You're going to have to put your baby first, which is a lesson you seem to not be understanding from your video, from your interviews. So, you know, if nobody told you that, you know, listen to it now. Another thing, you need to focus on growing up. This girl seems so incredibly immature. She makes bad mistakes from the get go, and instead of trying to rectify it and trying to improve her situation, she's just making it worse. She's saying that she's being harassed and humiliated, and she wanted to abort the baby because her classmates were making fun of her. Girl, you need to grow up and get some thick skin. If a couple of teasing from some kids in your class is gonna convince you to have an abortion, you really need to second think your motives for wanting to have this baby and keeping it. I mean, big deal. Some fucking kids made fun of you in school. So what? Not everybody's gonna like you in school, and you're not gonna always be the pretty popular girl in varsity volleyball. Um, you're gonna have to grow up. Big deal. Some kids make fun of you. Oh fucking what? It's not going to matter 10 years from now. What matters 10 years from now is whether or not you went on to college and you actually did something and you're supporting your child, which you probably won't. Your mother will be doing that because, well, you seem hell bent on playing games like a child, which is what she is, but I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm from San Antonio, and I don't know how different our school districts are, but here, your abilities to succeed, it isn't just based on the school officials, it's based on your own desire to want to succeed. So, I mean, sitting here and suing the school officials for some trumped up charge of, oh, they're discriminating against me, it's not working, darling. That's not acceptable. And putting yourself before your unborn baby isn't acceptable either. I'm sorry. I hate to sound like Kate Gosselin. But I don't know. I just feel that this is going about all wrong, and this girl's mother is so wrong. That just pisses me off. I've known girls who have gotten pregnant in high school, and they were able to succeed. They were able to go on to SAC and St. Mary's, and they were able to make something of themselves. It's not the end of your world, but sitting here and suing for a payday, because I think that's really what it comes down to, is she wants a payday. I think that's it. I think her mother's a lawyer. I read it somewhere. No shit, they're gonna litigate. Lawyers litigate for anything. God, they'd sue God if they could. So I really don't believe her mother is helping her at all. If anything, her mother needs to be talking to her about, first off, teaching her about some birth control, and second off, teaching her how to raise her daughter or her son or whatever she's having. She needs to be standing up for her daughter, not trying to be her best friend, or sitting here trying to make everything rosy for her so she could skirt her responsibilities. This little girl, I swear, I don't know, this story just really pissed me off, but that's my 2 cents on it. She doesn't need to be playing volleyball right now. She's got a lot more on her plate than sitting here trying to sue for a payday. That's how I feel. So